creating content changed my entire life.
You boys have also scaled your business from like 30 grand a month to like 130, 40K this month.
Yeah.
You would have sat here and be like, Fred, I found the next gold mine. Yeah. Because for example, I have done the same case study video in fitness, right? And you can see it has 7.3K views.
Yeah.
And it basically built my entire agency. So when you have the title and thumbnail, I would always encourage you to make that first. You know? Whereas this video is packaged like Cartier, but I open it up and there's a hashtag. Subconsciously, this is what they're gonna expect. Whenever someone clicks a YouTube video, they need to... Jake, good to have you.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you.
To the people that don't know you, can you give them a rundown in like 30 seconds of who you are, who you help, and just like current business situation?
Of course. I'm Jake. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I'm the co-founder of Done For You, a personal branding kind of creator community where we help creators grow their personal brands and then we help them monetize. And we're here today in Italy, and we're here to discuss YouTube and kind of have a bit of a presence on Instagram. And now we're kind of diving into the depths of YouTube.
We are. Jake is incredible at Instagram, and your business partner Reed as well. And you have a lot of traffic and you have a lot of volume. But you're also very lifestyle heavy because you're just documenting your life and you're traveling around, you're young, etc. So can you tell me a bit about where your YouTube channel was, like for example, 4 months ago when we started out?
Yeah, of course. So when I came to Fred, I have, those that don't know, I have around 70,000 followers on Instagram. My business partner has around 90,000 followers. And we were very top of funnel. So driving a lot of traffic through our Instagrams to the DMs. And we realized that we wanted to obviously go deeper and deeper into the info space. We wanted to provide way longer information and resources. And so essentially I had nothing on YouTube at all. I think I had a few reels at the very start. A few videos at the very start, which were more just like personal, my story videos that I put out there. Had one video from like when I was in Bali, just giving a bit of context about myself, but nothing educational. Again, very top of funnel, very lifestyle based.
Exactly. I think the first goal when we started was that the objective for the YouTube channel there was nurturing only.
Yeah.
Right. It was just, we get a lot of traffic from Instagram, but we need to have a place where people can spend more time with Jake and Reed and realize that they are more than just like two baby boys traveling around, that they're actually incredible at business, because you are. And like the delivery that you do for clients, it's incredible. You have a really, really good product and back end. So it's like the most important thing when it came to me was just, we need to have like content in place that will nurture these people. So we don't really care about the views. We just care about the fact that it will nurture. And I think this video was incredible that you started out at doing, of like explaining your world and philosophy.
Yeah.
You packaged it really well. It did pretty good, right? It was kind of like, I also abuse this title because it hits every time, right?
Yeah, well, of course,
exactly how I frame it. It's really good. And then I really liked this video too that you did, which is like sit down case study. It was like for people that entered your Instagram, they could basically in 30 minutes learn about Jake and Reed, how they work and how their method works. Yeah. And then they could watch how it works for a person that isn't Jake and Reed.
Yeah, it's correct. The whole like operation at the very start was basically just to add to the nurturing funnel. When we did book in a call, we realized that people knew like what we did, but a lot of people didn't understand like how we could help them in a way. So we wanted to create a bit more of a few more assets that gave people just a clear understanding of what to expect before they jumped on a call with us, and kind of how our business operated, which has been great for nurturing.
Yeah. You also mentioned that most people consume your YouTube channel before they become clients, right?
Yeah, so we implemented it into our funnel. So essentially when someone books in a call now, what will happen is they'll go through the book a call, and then they'll essentially come to a point where we send them out this link and they have to consume the videos before they jump on a call, which just gives them a clear understanding of who we are, kind of what we're about and what we're trying to achieve really.
And you started tracking it, right? Do you have a rough estimate of like how many people consumed YouTube before?
Yeah, so what happened is essentially we implemented this tally form where every single person that comes into our system, they would get to a point where once they do purchase from us, we would ask them like what made them convert, what made them buy. And we noticed very quickly that a lot of people would say they were drawn in through the Instagram, and then their video that we made, the brand suite video, which I sent to them, that is what pushed them over the line in terms of conversion. So just nurturing, and they get a clear understanding of how we could help them get to their goals. And so then from there, they were like, okay, cool. Yeah, this is for me. And they said it really relates every time, which was good. Good data, essentially, which is why we then started doubling down on it and sending more assets all the time.
Exactly. Because I think many people will get a bad relationship with their YouTube channel because they'll look at 2.7K subscribers, right? They'll look at videos getting 1K views, and it's like, when you're used to this, right? 70K followers and like big accounts, crazy good engagement, and like even the same for Reed here with like just more volume.
Yeah.
I think what you've built kind of like your entire business on is just the volume and the growth and the virality. And then you start on a platform where the content pieces takes 20 times longer to create.
Yeah.
And then they get like only 1% of the views, right?
Yeah, well, that was my kind of reason for purchasing from you, is I only consumed your YouTube prior. So then I was like, okay, this is obviously connecting to me on like a deeper level. So the YouTube is a way bigger asset, I saw. And I also just know deep down that if someone's going to consume a 20-minute YouTube video of me, it's a way more personal journey.
And it's over.
Yes, 100%.
That's good. And I think now for the last 3 months, I think you've built some good assets that you can, as you said, like send to people in the DMs, make the job of your setter a lot easier, a lot more streamlined, because it's like they can get these assets now. But you also mentioned that now you've reached the point where you want to do take the next step of your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is your biggest bottleneck with like looking at your YouTube channel now, Jake? Like, do you feel any resistance towards creating? Is there videos that you're not happy about?
I think I don't have resistance towards creating. I think I'm still in the process of understanding, okay, what video is going to connect with the audience that I'm speaking to, and then also how do I best kind of create this video for them. It's the only issue that I'm really facing right now, because like we've got some good performing videos here, but I'm noticing still such a vast range in viewership, where it's like some will be like 184 views, as you can see there.
Yeah.
And then others will be like 1.7K. And they're both very long education videos. Some are up to an hour. So realistically, I'm trying to make it so I can kind of predict in a way what the next, like how I'm going to create a video from start to end, and then what it would roughly kind of go to. And we're also still in the process of hopefully, I want to build it up so then this starts booking us calls. Because right now it's closing us like nurturing deals, but we still haven't gone through the funnel yet where someone's booked in a call, came onto the call and closed just yet. We've had people book in directly from YouTube, but no one closed just yet. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to find right now.
Makes sense. So a bit of different things, like understanding the different videos on your channel and the different roles that the videos play. Yeah. And then also turning YouTube into an asset of its own that isn't reliable on a setter or on your Instagram, right? Yeah. Because like usually now they find you on IG, they connect with the setter, conversation, maybe they get sent the video, maybe you post it on story, then they see it, then they default back to the setter conversation and then call and close.
100%.
Okay, very good. Let's say that the roles were switched and I just told you everything that you told me about YouTube, I just told you about Instagram. What would you tell me?
I would say that you should put the same amount of energy and time into the Instagram that you then into your YouTube as well. Because I know you see Instagram as like a huge asset, but long term, YouTube pays dividends. So it's spending that more time. It was a hard realization for me. So now I realize that YouTube is way more powerful, but it's a longer process. But like anything, like I'm happy to put the work in,
100%. And I think that the time and energy commitment to the cause and understanding it will take long is very important. Yeah. Because it's also like you boys have also scaled your business from like 30 grand a month to like 130, 40K this month. Yeah. Meaning that was a sprint, right? Of like 3 to 4 months of like head down. But where you are now and where you want to take the business to be will take fewer decisions, but better long-term plays. And I think YouTube is one of the like key things for you. Yeah. Let's start with the first one, which is just like understanding each video and the role, and then like the predictable aspect that you talked about of like, why do we have Eva's video here at 180 views and why is this one at 1.7K? Yeah. I think I always like to ask people like, what is the purpose of your YouTube channel? I know that we've had a lot of content, just like one line. What is the purpose?
To make money.
To make money? Yeah. Okay, good. And how do you make money?
through social media.
Through social media. And you make money by introducing your way of doing things to an audience that is experiencing a pain or has a desire. They see themselves in Jake and realize he's smart. Then they want to walk the path that you've walked, and then they end up working with you. So there's a lot of things, right? And that's the thing about info when you sell something high ticket is there are a lot of pieces, a lot of components. Because I think that the way of like finding a purpose for your channels and platforms is like we've been taught. But I think it has helped me and Toby also tremendously with like finding a purpose for each video. So let's take the Ever case study. So when you look at this video, do you think it was a success or do you think it was a failure?
I definitely see it as a failure. However, for those that don't know, Eva's a part of Done For You in terms of like an affiliate. And we send this asset, and I've been sending it out for the last 2 weeks to all the leads that come through. And they say in the tally form again that the belief that she had prior to where she is now was demonstrated in that video. So it's converted, but not exactly how I wanted it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before you posted the video, what would your definition of success look like before you hit post?
I think I would have wanted, if I was to redo this video, I would have wanted to more demonstrate this. I wish this was in person. It was hard. It was my first online testimonial.
Yeah.
And the rest I've done in person. So I wish I could have captured how much we've done for her in the shortest span of time, because she's definitely our best case study thus far. But the video didn't capture that in a way, which was unfortunate, but that's okay.
Yep. I like that answer because it's like you realize that the views didn't live up to how you imagined it to be, but the way that you utilized the video to its real purpose, because you just said that the real purpose was to make money.
Yeah.
And you made an incredible video asset that you sent to a lot of people that then ended up paying you and becoming a part of your community and part of the crew, right? So I think, of course, this video didn't perform video-wise, but I wouldn't really care about it because the purpose of the video was to like really bottom a funnel, nurture people, use it in the sales process for people to end up.
Yeah.
But I also agree that it's never nice to spend a lot of time on a video and then looking at it and then they're seeing that there are things that could have been changed.
But I think the issue is as well is like if I'm being full honest with myself, like I didn't spend that much time on it. So I could have put more time and energy into it. Yeah. And that's what I'm slowly realizing with these YouTube videos is like the more time and energy I put into it, the way better of a result, where I'm so used to just like on short form, I'm so used to thinking the idea the same day, next day posting and getting 100,000 of views, you know? So this is way more in-depth thought process. So I'm just trying to figure out the kind of structure that I want to guide myself with every time. And also because I'm only 21, so these case studies for me are like a big deal. So I'm trying to make it very evident that I'm not just this like lifestyle creator, like I'm very business orientated. And I think these case studies, like as you saw at the top there, I have one client who in 3 months, she did $200,000 per month and we started with her at 0. So just trying to make sure that these are getting out there in a way.
Is it this video?
This is the video, yeah.
Yeah. So I think let's dive into the EBA video first, because there is a recurring pattern here in the way that you package your videos, I would say. Because like, for example, here, you have a video that's a 5.5x outlier compared to your average views and like video performance on your channel. Meaning that you did something incredible here, probably like the average view duration of like people watching the actual video, clicking or staying through, right? So I think here there is a very good match in expectations, right? I see this guy that is a fitness coach, and you scaled him from 0 to 20 grand a month. It's you and him in person, and in 8 weeks. And when the video starts, you can see that you are in person too. Yeah. Right. Up here, I see the nice studio. I see, but then can you see the mismatch here?
Yeah, it was no in person.
Yeah, and like it's also like it's you and Reed on the photo, but you're looking down, and I don't really get any face recognition.
Okay, that makes sense.
So like I think people think that you are basically helping Reed, this sales coach, scale, you know? Okay. Because like you can see that small photo on a YouTube thumbnail, we can't really.
Yeah, it's actually so facts. I actually took this thumbnail from another creator, and he had her in the vision. Yeah. But it was the same situation, but it was her.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Because, for example, I have done the same case study video in fitness, right? And you can see it has 7.3K views. Yeah. And it basically built my entire agency where we had worked with like 6 fitness coaches on a profit share, right? Because it's like, you can clearly see that the guy is jacked. I always put myself in my thumbnails for like long term. I want to people to have that relationship with me. And then like some complicated stuff when that was trending a year ago with the Miro boards and everything. So I think if you would have taken you and Reed here, and then, for example, the client over here, and also with Eva, right? She's a fitness coach, right? I cannot see she's a fitness coach.
Yeah, it's so facts actually.
Like there's nothing for me to like really relate to here, and also like the sunrise in the background. It's like it sets some wrong expectations, I would say, and also the title, you know. I think the title needs to be a lot more specific there.
Yeah,
so like you can see that there's a very recurring pattern in like exactly how we. So I think if you would have just used that packaging on the EBA video, so I would have called it exactly how I scaled her from X amount of money to X amount of money in certain time period.
Okay.
And then in the thumbnail, I would have done something that introduced some relatability to EBA, because no one can relate to her making so much money in such a short period of time with her standpoint. But I wanted to introduce something to her that her audience could relate to when seeing her.
See, that's my struggle. So how, because she's like a female fitness coach, how do I create a photo that is relatable to her?
I would have definitely something with fitness coach. So either like put fitness, like her fitness side of things in the thumbnail or in the title. If I would used it in the title, I would still have used it for like some visual hook.
And what, like a photo of her like lifting a weight or something?
Yeah, just like she's incredible at content. I've checked her out because like we talk about Eva because she's a really good proof of what you guys do and her values too and everything. But like, for example, there's also a hidden component in this video is how many followers that she's grown. Right. Yeah. Which is also part of your mechanism of like mastering organic content, growing your brand. So like if you had done it, for example, also a before and after of like X amount of money, no experience, X amount of followers, and then to over here. And then actually it's like just a note. It's just this case study is almost too good.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Yeah.
I was super afraid. And it's the same with this one. Yeah. I was super afraid with this, where if we go down to Marco's and TRIs, I think Marco's did well because like my ICP is anyone from like 20 to let's say like 35, right? Yeah. But they're trying to hit their first like 10K a month online. And I'm slowly establishing a way more of authoritative audience. I'm working with now a couple guys doing like $1 million a month. So that's good. But I think what I found the difference is here is these two case studies, no one can relate. Like Eva came to us at 35,000 followers and in 15 days, she grew another 35,000 followers and went from 0 to 30K. And Kayla came to us at 0 and she makes 200K a month. So it's like, but this is my issue. I'm getting way too good of results, but my ICP is not tailored to them. So, and I knew that when I was posting, I was like, this is too good of a result for these people.
Exactly. And this is why, and that's what most people do, because they always default to the fact that their best case studies is always the ones that they want to share the most. Yeah. The thing is that people cannot really relate to top 1% achievements. Yeah. But people can relate to the relatability, and they can relate to a journey that seems reasonable based on where they are. So you just said it yourself with like, most people that you work with are between like 0 to 10 grand a month and want to scale their business and do content. And that's what you're really, really good at. If I saw this, right, and let's say that I was a complete beginner, introduced to the world of business, I found Jake online, really resonated with his story from like working as a captain back in Australia and then like leaving everything to Bali to build his dream business. There's no way that I could ever imagine myself making $200,000 a month.
Yeah, so
at 21 in 12 weeks.
Yeah.
I would think this guy is, you know, and that's why you need to be pretty careful with your case studies. For example, when I posted this case study from 8 grand a month to 44 grand a month in 16 weeks, like he actually did a little bit more. Yeah. But I wanted it to fit around the 500 grand a year mark that I talk about. And at the time, I sold a 4-month mentorship. So this means that by saying that he was at 8 grand a month to 44 grand a month, I spoke exactly to the person that I want to work with, which is people around 10 to 15 grand a month that want to get to 500 grand a year. And at the time, I sold a 4-month mentorship. So I was really clear about when I put this case study out and people consume it, subconsciously, this is what they're going to expect.
Makes a lot of sense. Right? Okay. Yeah.
Because, for example, I also have an interview with a guy that does 100 grand a month. But I was very, very here from 0 to 100K a month in 1.5 years with high profit. And that is true. I started with Vince when he had like no business experience and then helped him all the way. He's an incredible guy. But I was very cautious about the thumbnail and the title because he actually scaled from 20 grand a month to 100 grand a month in like 4 months when we switched him from like pure agency to consulting. But I wanted to make sure that all of the people that watch this video and consider working with me are ready to commit the 1.5 years at least that it takes to scale from like 0 to consistent 100 grand a month. So I could have optimized this for like way more fast paced, you know, but it would just hurt me at the end of the day, you know? So I think actually this title and thumbnail for Ebba and her story, it's almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
If you would have told Ebba like where she would be now the first time you met her, do you think she would believe you?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. And that's why, so just for context, why I tried to say I believed in her when no one else did and then go into it. Because the whole video is basically about her not believing in herself. And I'm finding this with the ICP that she's bringing to us, all the girls, they just lack disbelief. Yeah. And so I tried to highlight that in the video. The video is actually not too much about her wins. It's more about her story. So I basically tried to kind of compensate for that in terms of just like bringing out her beliefs, because I know that the girls are going to watch this. No one else is going to watch this video.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, like I wouldn't watch another girl client testimonial. It's not that I don't believe it's true. It's just, I would just watch the guy do it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
And I think the way, like now that you're diving into like more mindset and limiting belief stuff, I would always, if that was the angle that I would take on the video, because looking back at the case study videos, like it was the recurring theme. Yeah. And also the number one objection that Ebba experiences from people that she talks to, of like, can I do it?
Yeah.
And, like, is it possible for me? Then I would always go and research like titles that had to do with limiting beliefs, you know.
Okay, yeah, and have a look at inside of it.
Exactly, and then make it a little bit more concrete, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through and change it because like for this one, right? I sent this to you. I remember I sent it to you and I was...
That makes sense. Then we'll close off this video.
Makes sense, yeah.
So like to summarize, I would always set a purpose of the individual video.
Yeah.
So when me and Toby is creating a YouTube video, we're like, what is the number one purpose of this video?
Yeah.
Is it to bring in new people?
Yeah.
Is it to build trust around a certain mechanism that I like to use? For example, sell without sales calls? Or is it like super bottom of funnel? We need to like convert this person that is on the fence. Yeah. And then we don't really care about views or whatsoever. Of course, we look at the data and the metrics when it comes to the like click-through rate. Do people like watching it? Does the intro land? Those kind of things. But I think you would have had a much better relationship with this video and not changed around it too much if you just like set aside the time. This is going to be an incredible asset. Yeah. Ebba is long-term and done for you. It's the best case study that you've ever done. We need to package and title this video in an incredible way so that we can maximize it. And it is created to walk people through Ebba's journey in a realistic way about her limiting beliefs and the steps that she took and how she had to overcome the fear of putting herself out there and like leaning into her personality. And as a result, she is now here with her personal brand. And as a byproduct of the personal brand, she is making money. Right? So you pull the vehicle up, you pre-handle objections, and then you show people what is possible with the right amount of work.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
Because then you get a way better expectation and the video would have done better compared to the purpose.
Yeah, 100%. I've got another one coming up actually with a rugby coach. So I scaled him from 0 to 50K months in 3 months.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna definitely use this information on that.
That's good. So I think that's like very bottom of funnel case study videos, packaging and going about it.
Yeah.
But also what we spoke about, Jake, before was that you want YouTube to be an asset of its own.
I do, yeah.
Right? It's like you don't want to rely your YouTube channel on only supporting the Instagram.
Yeah.
It should also bring in new people on its own and convert people on its own, which is the ultimate goal for anyone posting on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So let's run through these videos that you're posting.
So
tell me about the beginning of this video, because it didn't do that well at the beginning.
Yeah, so I sent this to you and it was at like 49 views. And then I was like, this is interesting. Very good video. I spent a lot of time on this one actually. This was like my story in a way. And essentially I just sent you a message that was like, yo, I put a lot of time into this, curious why. And as you can see there, that was the old thumbnail. And the title was like, again, more number was at the title. Creating content changed my entire life.
And the first time you did was
no, that was
my story.
Title. Yeah. The first time was my story. And as you can see here, and then as soon as you're like, yo, do a split screen before and after, and then put like the duration in the, you basically just told me what to do. You're like, put the 3065 and then change the title of the training chain. And the next day, or you sent me a message and you were like, yo, it's at 600 views now. It's like, yes.
Yeah. And I think, based on what we just talked about, why do you think the title and thumbnail change was a good choice in this case?
Well, I see, it's so stupid because I know organic so well and I should just take my learnings from that and bring it across here. But that thumbnail is trending right now. I see it everywhere. I see the split screen, someone looking upset, someone looking in a better position. So that's great. The 365 days creates great context. It's very self-explanatory. It's like upset to now in a Dubai penthouse. 365 days is all it takes. Creating content changed my entire life. Hits my ICP perfectly. They all want to create content because they all believe that content will change their entire life, which is super true. So I think it just spoke directly to the ICP that I'm building on this account. And I think the before and after hit a trend. And then I also think the 365 days is highlighted well. So I think it was just like a perfect match. I should have, again, like I said, I've been rushing these. So I just need to take way more deeper thought process. And I think it's definitely going to be easier if I just actually maybe spend like a day instead of 15 minutes on it.
Exactly. And also spending the time in the right phases of creating a video.
Yeah.
Because you just said it yourself, right? It was like, you felt very confident about creating this video.
Yeah.
Because you knew there was a trending format for title and thumbnail.
Yeah.
You know, like you had seen the split screen thing do well in other niches and for other creators, which is typically a good indication of there is a good pattern here. I can double down on that. I can lean into that trend because the purpose of this video was to get new people in, right?
Yeah.
And then exactly like creating content changed my entire life. And this creating X or doing X and then change my entire life can be done with any vehicle. You know, getting in shape changed my entire life. That's a video for Ebba. Yeah. Or for Ebba, it could also be for her girls that is like struggling with self-belief and putting themselves out there.
Yeah.
Like trusting myself or putting myself out there or allowing myself to do something changed my entire life.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So I think because my story and a picture of you as a kid, that would only be like die-hard Jake fans that would watch that video of like, because you didn't let people anything know about what you've achieved. There was no reason for them to click and watch the video and spend 30 minutes of their day.
Yeah.
But like this is perfect, right? Because it's like, it's a reasonable time frame, a year. In my opinion, if you would have written 30 days, it wouldn't have done as well.
Yeah.
Because people are like, all right, but
yeah.
You changed your life in 30 days. Eh?
Yeah.
All right. Because that's also a trend that I'm seeing, which is another talk of like, it's like, I think packaging and topics and titles is getting like more realistic almost.
Yeah.
And people would much rather click that. So I think you did an incredible job with titling it here.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the viewership coming across from Instagram? Because I've noticed like these videos, the intro, I've been cutting it up and I've been placing it on Instagram.
Yep.
This video did definitely way better than the other YouTube vids that I've posted. So this one obviously more lifestyle based, got like maybe 50,000 views. So I'm curious to know, like, do you think the attention is from the YouTube pushing it, or in the terms of the change, or is the Instagram video drawing the attention in? Because for Eva's, I didn't post it on Instagram at all. I just kind of left it.
Yep.
But for this one, I did. So I'm keen to hear what your thoughts are.
How did you push the YouTube video from Instagram? Was it like a comment call to action or?
Yeah, it was simply an Instagram reel that I posted, and then it said YouTube full story in bio.
Yep.
And then people got gone and clicked on the link
And did it send people straight to the video or to your channel?
Straight to the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think be careful with that, like directly linking, because usually it will, like 80-90% of people use Instagram on their phone.
Yeah.
So when they press links, it opens in Instagram browser.
Okay, interesting.
So it can actually hurt the video's performance because no one will watch 30 minutes in Instagram browser.
Yeah, that's actually true.
So like I always, whenever I've kind of like stopped doing it because I want to test the YouTube as its own traffic source. So I don't want any inflated numbers from like promoting an IG.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that it was the thing that changed.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not doing it anymore. Like I realized I was like, I want YouTube to be like its own asset, and I don't want to boost it by Instagram.
And again, be careful here with the relationship there with what you're saying, because like for example, the Ebba video, the case study, you want to give that to your Instagram audience.
Okay, because it's more,
Exactly. So like you can make a very nice storyline of like the hook, which is like Ebba before probably, Ebba's business now, and then the call to action of like activating your setter.
Yeah.
And then like maybe the story after that would be like, if you're interested in seeing Ebba's entire story, I've just posted a video on my YouTube channel. It's on Jake Peters. You can go ahead and watch it.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Because then you don't directly link, but you also like the people that are like, hey, interested in Ebba, they might not DM, they're on the fence, they find it interesting, they'll go and watch it.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas more broad videos, I like to live them on their own. They should have to live their own life on YouTube because we get better data there. But it's a good video,
Yeah.
you know, and I think, like as you said in the beginning, you're so good at content, but I think just because it's a new platform, you're kind of like a little bit scared of like, will my skill set work from Instagram?
Yeah, I think it's just, I think I need to get super clear on start to end. And once that process is refined, then it's fine. It'll be clockwork.
Very good. Let's go through that process.
Yeah.
Just around this video of why it also did well is that title and thumbnail is proven.
Yeah.
But we just watched like some of the intro here, and the intro instantly delivers on the title and thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
Which
I've
is the
noticed
most
that as well.
important
Yeah, I've
thing,
learned that, yeah.
right? It's that whenever someone clicks a YouTube video, they need to get value, and they need to know that they've ended up on the right place based on what they clicked for,
Okay.
right? So it's like whenever I'm gonna title and thumbnail this video and make the intro, because like this is a very raw video, we didn't plan any of this. We'll just see where it goes, right?
Yeah.
Then whenever me and Toby's gonna sit down and do title, thumbnail, intro, it's like we need to make sure that it's clickable, right? We need to make sure that it's relevant for the things that we cover, and then we need to make sure that the intro delivers on the title and thumbnail, so that there's no mismatch in expectations.
Okay, makes sense.
You know?
Yeah, I totally agree.
But let's run through the video process. Let's start with what do you do now when you're about to create a video? Not the entire process, but like the first step.
Okay, so if I was to go create a video today, I would probably, to be full honest, just go look at a competitor, see what video has performed well for him, and see which video relates to me. I'd probably go script it up and go write it up, or create maybe like a PowerPoint presentation. And then again, I'm very free like this. I would just go yap and then chuck a thumbnail and title on. So that would be like, if I'm being full honest, that would be like my full process of probably like creating. But after like really thinking, I would probably look at my current clients, their current issues, and then solve those issues.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot better.
That's probably what I'd be doing now.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think the most important thing before you create any content is like, what is it that you want to put out there?
Yeah.
Because usually it is that you have an idea, you have a method, you have a topic, you have a theme, you have something that you want to give to the world.
Yeah.
And usually it's just something that your clients struggle with.
Yeah, 100%.
What could that be?
I think right now a lot of my clients are struggling with building the correct audience.
Yep.
And a lot of them have come to me. I work with a lot of established creators who have followers, but they're not engaged. So it's how to re-engage an audience.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So do you want to go for, because here I think it's very, very hard to create a video that speaks to people with many followers, but makes little cash, or make a video that speaks to people that is about to build an audience, but they need to make sure they build the right one.
I think this is my issue as well. Is like I'm with my current clients, my goal is to make them extremely clear on their exact ideal client. However, for me, my offer is very broad. Like I'm working with, like I said, some guys who are doing $1 million a month, and they don't need assistance on the business side. They're wanting to scale the content. Then I'm working with a single creator who, first time ever creating content, not even doing 5K a month, wants to build a personal brand. So I find it extremely hard to identify which ideal client I want to speak to directly every time, because it's so broad, do you know? And then I always think to myself, okay, so if I'm creating this video, the person with $1 million a month video, is he going to be consuming my YouTube video? Maybe, but probably the younger creator probably is going to consume my YouTube video.
Yep, I hear you. It's a really good reflection.
Yeah.
But I have the same, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Okay.
Like I also have...
Yeah, I wouldn't
like,
change it, that's for sure.
30% of my clients makes more money than I do.
Yeah.
You know, they make way more than 500 grand a year, but they're not there for the money side. They're there for something else.
Yeah.
You know, like they're there to sell without sales calls, to fix profit, to have a leaner team, to have more creativity and freedom instead of like, and I know that at heart, right? Because I speak a lot with them, just like you do. So I think the most important thing in this world is that you are known for a few things, but you do many things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like when I think of Jake and Reed, right? I think about content,
Yeah.
personal brand.
Yeah.
And then you're so good at taking content and personal brand and then putting it onto the individual client that then uses that mechanism to solve whichever issue it is that they have in their business or desire that they have, right?
Okay.
So I think don't be scared, because let's say that you make a video for the person that is starting out with content, then you can pretty quickly filter people with the title and thumbnail
Okay.
of
Cool.
like, hey, if you've never created content before, this is how I hit my first 10 grand a month.
Okay. Cool.
That might even be too beginner. But let's say that you want to just talk about content.
Yeah.
Then like creating content changed my entire life. Because
Yeah.
that is content and your philosophy on content and what it did for you.
Yeah.
But if you want to speak to a specific person, then you can box them in with numbers and steps.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Reed's Reed's building out his YouTube as well now. I don't know, off topic, but yeah, he's taking that approach. And so that was my kind of thought process, because I also want to really highlight the value that I have.
Exactly.
Because it's not just content, and how me and Reed differentiate ourselves is I actually work with the business side of the clients, where Reed works with them on the content side.
Yeah.
So that's again where I'm like, okay, am I creating content for the content or am I creating content for the business? And so this is something that I'm just still kind of refining, but I agree, taking that like broad approach and then narrowing it down.
Exactly. And then, because then you have the idea for the video, which is the first step. It's like, it's something that you want to talk about, right? It's something that you want to give to people watching because it was either beneficial to you or to your clients.
Yeah.
And then I think the next step is making sure that we package it in a nice way. And when I say in a nice way, it's packaged for the right person and setting the right expectations. Because the cool thing is that if you want to talk about content, then there's like, you can make the broad, how content changed my entire life.
Yeah.
You can make it into a case study of like how content made Eva go from this to that.
Yeah.
Or you can make it like, I work with this client that's doing 2 million a year.
Yeah.
Here's how I changed this content.
Okay.
And also like based on the title thumbnail, you basically decide on how the idea and topic will be applied to the individual viewer.
Okay. So I just filmed the other day, because this month we'll probably do 200K. So I filmed like from 0 to 200K at 21.
Yep.
And the full process of how I've done that. Is that too broad? And is that going to help me at all? Or is there just no point in me?
That's a really good question, because there we default to the question of what is the purpose of the video?
I just want like the authority.
Yeah, so
That's like the whole purpose of the video is to give me authority.
exactly. And I think it does that incredibly well.
Yeah.
Right. So the purpose here is not like, it will probably do well view wise, because it's a really good broad title thumbnail. It's very interesting that you did that at a very young age, also using your age there. But I think the most important thing is just that you have the idea, and then what is the purpose of the video?
Okay.
You know?
Okay. So
Because
the
if the
idea
pur-
and purpose. So purpose
Exactly.
needs to come in, because I'm not really looking at the purpose right now. I'm
That's
like,
the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you're just gonna kill yourself in always looking at views
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
and not knowing if it was good, bad, up, down, what to improve.
Okay.
So like, for example, like what I noted there from you was that you really love the business side of things.
Yeah.
And Reed takes care of more of the content stuff.
yeah, he loves the content side. Yeah.
And you love the business side of things.
Yeah.
So the most enjoyable, the best content that you can create is creating content that you like talking about. Right? So if you're excited about talking about the unit economics and the back end of having a personal brand, like how do you turn these viewers into cash?
Yeah.
That's what I would anchor your channel in,
Okay. Cool.
because you have a business partner that takes care of the pure personal brand side.
That's
of it,
actually a really good idea. Yeah.
because then you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
But most important thing is just have an idea, something that you want to talk about, and then determine what does a successful video look like for this kind of video.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
And then title thumbnail.
Okay, cool.
You know? And I like your process of looking at what's already working at your current channel stage, because it's not like you have 20K subscribers and like huge innovation, and like, because it's always good to look at like general principles in the market. So like you saw that the split screen did well, right?
Yeah.
These kind of things.
Yeah, because like the thing as well is like if you scroll down a bit, I think because I did it as well, like this one brought in definitely a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So that's now I'm just like, okay, trying to figure out. And I'm trying to also I want brand identity. Yeah. I want people to see my brand and come in, but I don't know if that's harming me, because I'm trying to keep the red, the same style, the same images, that type of style. Yeah. But I'm trying to think to myself, is that harming my like page or aesthetics or like brand identity over Yeah, you know?
I was about to say that is exactly how you want to do it. You want to take the trends and what's happening in the market, which I like because it's proven, and then you want to add your way of doing things to it, right? So like these are my thumbnails, and you can see there's a very big pattern in all of them. Because I want to have like my own style, but I'm also down to see what others are doing for good ideas or concepts that are working or things that I would like to click on. So I really like how you are putting your own spin on these.
So let's say you would pick your thumbnail, right?
Yep.
Let's say you've shot the video. I mean, you've thought of the video idea. You're gonna pick your thumbnail. You want the idea. Let's say it's like, what are you doing? Are you going to another account looking at a trend?
Like usually, I have a big like place where I store like all of my like good ideas and thumbnails here. So in here, every time I see a cool thumbnail, I'll just screenshot it and put it in here.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then you're changing it towards your system.
Yeah, and it can literally be anything. You can see here, right? It's let me close that tab. Like this is literally Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But you can see that there are 2 videos in a row from this channel that is like a 14x outlier and a 100x outlier.
What's this app called?
vidIQ. It's a free Chrome extension.
Okay, I need to get that.
Yeah. So we just like, and Toby has access to this too, my creative director. So we just fill up this like idea bank of titles, thumbnails, concepts whenever we are on YouTube and fuck around, and then like screenshot, put it in here. So like, for example, this one right here, right? I resonated with this because there was something about the coffee shop, which is like my universe. It's an outlier, it did well. And there was like something about the title that caught me, like give me X amount of minutes and I'll change something for you.
Yeah.
So like I thought about this, and then like you can see that the video here, right? So the one person business explained in X amount of minutes, right? And then a thumbnail that we've done before of like very broad, like these kind of ones with like the nice backdrop that is all done pretty well.
I like it.
And for the branding with the yellow, right?
Yeah, okay.
So it's like, typically it would depend on the purpose of the video also, because if the purpose of the video was like go really broad and get a lot of people in, following trends is the best thing that you can do, right? For example, here.
I'll show you this one, right? So search up Suway, and so that was the video that I had.
Who's he? I'm kidding. Shout out to Wade. He's incredible.
Yes, 100%. And so we run similar but opposing. He works with a more established, obviously, authority person.
You want to see something first now that I realize. Look at this thumbnail.
Yeah.
Right, the strategy one.
It's very similar to yours.
But look at this.
Oh, true.
Right? Like this girl had a 100x outlier by putting strategy and her sitting down. And I promise you, I'm calling out Suway in a good way because he's incredible. But I promise you, he like his creative director or team had also noted, like I had, how this girl with like just a sit down and one keyword made a 100x outlier.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I've seen this one as well. Very common. Yeah. No, I understand. I understand the same system. I tried to use. It was deep into the midst of it.
For example, here, like this was the title that I thought of for Ebba.
I remember.
You can see like this is a
so
big outlier. I remember this video from Suway because a guy called Grayson has also done the video that was a big outlier. About removing limiting beliefs. So like for Ebba, if that was the main core part of the video, you could be like, I removed her limiting beliefs, and now she makes X amount of money from her brand.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think, okay, makes sense. Oh, where did I see it? It was definitely from his account. Let me find it. You'll see, it was like a chart, and he was with a girl, but maybe I can't find it.
Oh, it's on his business channel. I know the video.
It's on his business channel, yeah.
I know the business channel. I don't know the channel.
Yeah, I tried to take that thumbnail, but it was because he was with her, so makes sense.
And I think the small thing that changed in that video was that in the thumbnail, you can clearly see Suway with the person in the room.
Yeah.
And when the video starts, he is also in the room with the person.
Yeah.
So there's not this mismatch in expectations, kind of.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Which is why, for example, like you did this video with you and Reed doing a speech. Right, it has 1K views and it's like an hour video.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Really good, right?
Yeah, I thought so.
But it's also like you can see, right? I see 2 guys, an hour video, standing in front of a presentation, about to talk on content, full personal brand masterclass, and what do I get?
Yeah,
I get a full personal brand masterclass.
Yeah.
Where you are standing there. So like everyone that clicked got what they were clicking for, which is the number one thing. So like for example here, right? such a cool thumbnail. Cold audience, by far the smartest way to build a personal brand. I'm excited. You know, I see Jake and Reed lifestyle. Bam, it's a Zoom recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. Yeah.
If you had just embraced the fact that this was a Zoom recording,
Yeah.
then like I would have done something like 1 hour, like give me 60 minutes and I'll show you how to build a cold audience, and then like these two things, I don't know what it's called in English, parentheses and Dutch, and then be like private recording.
Yeah, okay.
Something like that, you know?
Makes sense.
Because then you would just have leaned into the fact that this is what it actually is.
Yeah, there's probably like the issue now thinking about it as well. It's like how to build a personal brand, don't go viral.
Yeah.
It comes in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like you're wearing a nice watch, right?
Mm.
If I, for example, had taken the box of the Cartier and then like put in a shitty watch, you'd be hella disappointed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Whereas
makes sense.
all of your
actually.
videos is a Cartier. So make sure that you package it like a Cartier, but also the fact that there is a Cartier in there.
Yeah,
You know, whereas this video is packaged like Cartier, but I open it up and there's a Casio.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, cool. And then what about you? My other question to you is, what do you think about in terms of bio and everything? Is that a big playing factor?
I think if you look at all of the client conversions you're doing now, there's one common thing. It's that they've all DM'd you and spoken back and forth with you on Instagram.
Mm.
And I know how important it is for beginners to have reassurance and will this work for me and their own questions, because it's usually the first or second time that they're investing into themselves and trying this thing.
Yeah.
I know for my first coaching business that did 200 grand a month, right? Of like that the personal process is so important to these people because it's a lot about reassurance.
Yeah.
So I think if I were you, not a lot of people will go straight to booking a call. The people that will do that is the top G's, you know, like people that have bought 5, 6, 7 mentors, are already making money. They're like, Jake is incredible at organic content. Let me speak directly to him.
Yeah.
But if I were like, imagine yourself like 6, 8 months ago, not being into business, would you book a call with a guy here? I think it's good to have, but I would hear instead of Jake's Instagram, just like, if you have any questions, you can message me.
Oh, okay, yeah, great quote, yeah.
So I would make it a little bit softer here, right?
Okay.
And then the most important links, in my opinion, is just the links that you have in each video here. You know, so like here, I have no idea what to do next if creating content changed my entire life. Whereas I always just use the same stack of links, right? So it's like if people don't know the digital coffee shop method, my way of doing things, I link to a page where I get people's email and they'll get a breakdown of the thing, right? If people already know me from the coffee shop and like, hey, it's Fred, we watched his videos before, they can like go here and then they can check out my offers if they opt in. And if they just want to get my newsletter, then they can go here.
Yeah, okay.
So the reason for I doing this is because I don't do sales calls, I sell everything through email. So you can see how everything is anchored in.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I need your email because that's where my sales cycle kind of starts. If I were like you, I would like, do you have any questions? Message me one-on-one on Instagram, you know? So like make it really soft, easy for people to get going and get moving. And then I always do like the same section here of like, if I were to describe myself to you in an elevator, this is what I would tell people.
Great question,
you know? So I think what you want to do is that you just don't want like this super signature thing of like, the more links you put in, the more you're gonna confuse people. So if you just wanna do the DM me on Instagram, that's what I would do if I were you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then always cater the call to action to the video. So like for example, this one, right? It's like, you've done a good job here, right? If you want to scale an authentic personal brand like Ebba, you can apply here. But again, it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
I would like, hey, if you're curious about if what worked for Ebba will work for you, you can DM me your questions on Instagram.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I'll take the time to like,
So don't do book a call link.
Let's say that you were booking a lot of calls and they were closing.
okay.
But if you see a pattern and not a lot of bookings coming in, and you make all of your money currently through a great setting process and a great sales process,
Yeah.
kind of like a byproduct of a good brand and a good offer, but you know, then I would.
We've had 3 bookings come in. They've been the worst leads we've ever gotten so far. So I need to make sure, go through the DM setting. So it's a good suggestion actually.
And of course, like here, it's too little data.
Yeah.
Like, because let's say that 3 people booked in, 2 bought.
Yeah.
You would have sat here and be like, Fred, I found the next
Yeah,
gold
yeah.
mine.
Yeah,
You know, we're just
100%.
gonna change our entire business to only YouTube and Calendly.
Yeah, 100%.
So just always be careful with like making decisions on a very little data pool.
Yeah.
Whereas over the last 4 months, brother, we've like you've become so good at tracking. I'm so proud. But like we know exactly what the journey
Yeah,
looks like.
100%.
You know,
100%.
so just like lean into your strengths there.
Cool.
Good stuff. So you have like an idea, something that you want to share. You know with yourself what does success looks like to me for this specific video, right? Is it more broad, getting new people in? Is it purely authority case study? Is it more about speaking to the guy already doing 6 figures a month and how content can accelerate his business? Is it pure business? Like you determine what success looks like. You find the title thumbnail by having a good idea bank and some recurring. I like the red.
Yeah, I like the red as well.
And like a lot of people also follow you for lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think when I say that out loud, it always has like a negative thing to it, but it doesn't in your case.
Yeah,
Because you and Reed's biggest strength is the fact that you're so good at just living the life that you are preaching.
Yeah.
Meaning that you don't have to convince anyone
Yeah.
that this is true because you are the truest version of it because you're doing it every day.
Yeah.
So like just don't see it as a negative thing of like lifestyle.
Okay.
It's just what people want, you know, especially also a beginner's offer.
Yeah.
They care a lot more about the destination and where they're going. It matters more to them than a business vehicle or business method and these things. So when you have the title and thumbnail, I would always encourage you to make that first.
Okay.
Right? Because then you know exactly how to write out the video and how to write out the intro, because all you care about is fulfilling on the idea and making sure that the information you deliver lives up to the expectation of the title and thumbnail.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you need any help with like how you write it out? Or do you feel good there?
No, I'm pretty sorted there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you wanna just do like if you have any like final questions, just like if you have anything that you feel like is unanswered.
No, I'm very clear.
Nice.
I'm very, very clear on everything. I think, I very much like it.
That's good. And then the most important thing is just that you stick to a consistent schedule.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now. Every Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Good.
got 4 edits in the bank right now coming up, and then
Very good.
scaling from here.